All right, we're back. We good. I guess next up on the agenda, we're going through the district reps, their updates, and I know Cheryl had to, she had an appointment, before the meeting, so she had to step away. So, but we got District Two and District One and District Two's update. So I guess Ray can go first and Kathy can go second. So good, Ray, you have an update?
Hey, good, Chair. Good morning, everyone. I'd just like to say, everything seems to be going good. We do got a new, what is he called? A community advocate?
Yeah, community wellness advocate.
Yeah, community wellness advocate, who is Henry Fox. I just found out here about a week ago. So anybody that needs help or something, maybe we get Curtis to give a little update on what the job duties are there. I'm not sure what it is, but I know he's out there to help anybody in the community. Yesterday, we had kind of a historic meeting with the council, or general counsel of Lenny here, and our police with our new county attorney from Florida County reached out to the res yesterday, and we had a very good meeting yesterday, and she wants to work with us as far as the racial prejudice when it comes to the court systems and stuff like that. So that was a excellent meeting, and she wants to set up quarterly meetings with us so that we can keep in touch with Clearwater County, and I think that's a good deal that she did that. It's a first for me anyway that I have ever seen that happen, but I know that last county attorney, him and I didn't see eye to eye, and I'm kind of feeling that's why she reached out. So I say miigwech to her for that. The homes are coming along pretty good. They're going to be moving people in. But there has been a rash of cars being stolen up around in the Rice Lake area, and I asked anyone that sees these to please turn them in, because we did find one in our garage up there that was stolen, and they were hiding it in the garage. The house has been left not abandoned, but they moved out, and somebody's been hiding this car in the garage, and thanks to someone who turned it in, they did find that vehicle. So. But otherwise, other than that, we're moving right along. Things are working out in District 1. We are getting a lot done up there. And I haven't heard much on our clinic yet, but I know it was approved, and I know we are going to continue looking for that. So with that, I say miigwech, but I'd like to give Curtis here a chance to give an update on our community, what do they call it?
Community wellness recovery navigators.
Yeah. So I'll let him do that.
So right now we have 5 in some of the major communities across the reservation. They do a lot of work with behavioral health, so they've been working on with civil commitments as well, and have been getting people into treatment that want to get into treatment. They help with literally anything to better the community, events, elders, anything that you guys want to see happening in the community. You can go to them, and they can pull together resources to make it happen. They're going to be a really great thing. So just reach out to Henry, and I'm sure he's on the community council as well. So it's easy to get a hold of them, easy to talk to them. And if you know someone that wants to go to treatment or really is ready to take that next step, reach out to him as well. So yeah, good.
Yeah, miigwech, Curtis. So I did notice Henry did have a post on, I don't know if it was on the church post or the community council post, his number and what he does. So yeah, if anybody wants treatment or help, to reach out to Henry, or there are other programs that you can reach out to. But this is what our community wellness program or coordinators are for, to reach out, and that's your job, to help us get people in that want help. Miigwech.
And for District 2, I don't really have anything new to report on. I did ask for Duke to get back. We'll see what all have one. And I'm having a hard time with that. Maybe you can figure it out. Project here. And go to IT and pick up a computer and go for it every day. Other than that, about the same place. We are.
Okay.
Shut up.
Are you done, Kat?
I'm done.
Okay, we good, Kat, we good, Ray, for your updates. Next up, I know we had, do we have Lorna back on the phone again, or? I know we got a small email or an update from the service unit. I know she talked about, Maria Clark, she sent the update just talking about some of their vaccine distribution. I know they're kind of right now, is to call their number, call the IHS number. I know on one of their dials or one of their numbers, they want you to push number 1 to talk about vaccinations. And I know they're still vaccinating. I'm pretty sure they're at phase 1C. I think it's 65 to 74. Or is it phase 1B? Well, I know they're right around that 70 years of age right now. I know that last time I talked to Maria, that's where they were at. So I know they're still doing their vaccinations for eligible IHS, patients that would like to get a vaccination. So. I know Monoman emailed the community council email thing about their CSO and their, we closed out to over 200 families picking up toys for approximately 480 children. Just like that, they had a good Christmas. They distributed about 126 turkeys from the EOC. They talked about their next event. They're helping the fishing derby with Craig Bauer and the CSO program and natural resources in February. So looking at doing some fishing there. So it's good. That's what I got from those two entities. I know on here, and we can go in for Lorna. I know one thing on new business, we do have a use and elder fund request for a fishing derby. So.
And I think it's a good deal. I think they we want to make that a annual event. Race Lakewood. We lost the one who originally started with Jake Fuzzy. We kind of lost him, but the community kind of wants to keep his name in there in memory of Jake Fuzzy because he's the one that started that. I think they got like 9 or 10 years involved with Sherry and Jake and a few other ones. It always seems to work out good, but and they want to keep posting it up on which is where it's going to be this year. But I understand they want to try to move it around once they get it going. But I would like to see it stay in Roy Lake. It is in District 2, Roy Lake, but I would like to see it there because that's where it originated from, and that's where. But they this is what I understand of what they told me, that they want to continue it. But I would like to see it in memory of the ones we actually started with Sherry Hallberg and Jake Buzzy and a few other ones. So it was actually Jake Buzzy that started it. And then with the help of Sherry Hallberg, they've been doing it for years now.
Okay, yeah, we're asking for a motion to request, and I think the 10,000 will probably come from what, Youth and Elder Fund or something.
Yeah, I'm sure they figured it would come out of 5 out of each.
So, but Al motions, second
Second.
by Ray, all in favor?
Okay.
Motion carries. Me good.
And Mike, I almost forgot, because I know I got urban members watching.
Okay.
I think you had some information on the vaccines down there.
Yeah.
That they are scheduling something for the folks watching. They are scheduling something with the health board, right?
No, at NAC.
Oh, at NAC. Okay, yeah, with NAC. So there is something that's coming down there.
Yeah.
So just there's going to be information coming out, because I know I did get a call yesterday from folks down there. So.
Okay. Okay. And I guess next up is signature requests, and we have I think there's some from legal department. Lenny had somebody looked at certificate of good standing, new businesses, LLCs, human services at a state opioid or homeless grant, state homeless response grant, sub-grant amendments with collaboration tribes. COLA had one for the school board meeting, resolution appropriating 16,000, distant learning technology, Chromebooks, behavioral health had circled back that applied for reducing risk of girls in the juvenile justice system. Public health had the CDC 1803 grant COVID vaccine pass through the Great Lakes. It was approximately $20,000. So, motion to approve the. Okay, good.
Just a note on the COLA, the resolution is to set a regular monthly meeting of the school board, which for the time being is the RBC.
Yeah.
And so legal reviewed it, it's good, and I do think it's good for COLA that we do this and we set it. But the thing is after that's approved, we'll need to set a time and a date for RBC to say this will be our regular, whether it's like the third Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. or whatever. Like that's going to be the regular meeting of the school.
And we were supposed to have, getting off that, 20 people, so.
Well, no, but for now, it is the RBC,
Yeah.
and the bylaws were presented to the RBC and they weren't approved yet, and so, but COLA still needs to have that regular governance.
Yeah. So motion to approve the.
Are we doing all these at one time?
Yeah, that's what we
Consent agenda.
Oh, you just approve all of them?
Yeah, we just approve all of them.
Yeah, they're all on there.
One motion, one vote.
So we need a motion.
Doug's on his way, so I almost forgot about him.
Motion by Raymond, second. Second by Alan, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right,
Mr.
signature
Chair,
quick.
we have, Lorna on the.
Oh, Lorna, are you on? Lorna,
Bonjour. Yes, I'm
Okay.
here. Hi, how are you guys?
good. We're good for getting on. Sorry about that little confusion a little while ago, but you're on, so you're up right now, so give us what's happening at the college.
Okay, so first of all, I really want to acknowledge the EOC and the Laters Home Health Agency. As a tribal college, we do a lot of meetings with other tribal colleges throughout the United States, and some of those guys in Indian country have been hit so hard. And I just feel so lucky. I mean, obviously COVID impacted us. It definitely did, but nothing to the magnitude of what I've heard in some of those other stories. So hats off to the Laters departments for all their work on that, controlling the pandemic as much as possible for our community. We know we're not out of the woods yet, but we are getting to the point of opening our campus back up. So starting actually today, I started slowly going back into work, and we plan to have everything back open and operating fully by Monday, February 3rd. So we'll be spending next week getting everything transitioned back again, and I get my kitchen table back. I'm so excited. We are going to be continuing with the high flex model for courses so that students have the options of continuing their classes in the classroom or at home, whatever's more convenient for them. We did start our spring semester just last week on January 11th. We had a record 151 students. Within that number, there were 14 of them who started on that new Head Start Pathways grant. This was in cooperation with the Laters Head Start and the Tribal Council at the time we were applying. Also, I don't remember if it was a resolution or something that you did a letter of support somehow for that. So that grant is moving and it's paying off. So we're really excited about that. We're working on our fiscal year 20 audit right now. So far, so good. Everything's going forward. I do understand that we're supposed to be getting some more, I don't know what they're calling it, if it's going to be CARES Act, COVID funds, or whatever the next batch is going to be, but we haven't been able to get a handle exactly on that yet. I think Congress is still sorting that out themselves. But in that last bill that was passed right at the end of December there's some college funds in there. And so I have a meeting this afternoon and we hope to learn more about that. We have 7 new articulation agreements done, and I did send in a written report. I don't know if you guys all got a copy of that or not, but they're listed in that report. These are really important to our students because when they go to transfer their credits, we haven't had any problems. You know, the other schools have been taking them. but now it's firm that they will take them by having these articulation agreements in place. So we're happy about that. And some real exciting news is in November, we completed a new strategic plan, and we're going to be making some shifts up at the college. We're going to continue with the AA program that we have right now, but we're going to start also focusing on workforce development. We'll be bringing in some shorter term training, whether it's 3 months, 9 months, 1 year, certificate, diploma type programs. We are already talking to the other universities in the area and partnering with them to bring those programs in. And so we've been talking about trades, HVAC, electronics, business management, possibly automotive. Don't hold me to any of those yet because they're all in the talks. But I think it's going to be some good changes that'll come, and we hope to have some of these ready by next fall. So there'll be some exciting things coming up in the pipeline there. We are preparing for an HLC visit that's scheduled for November of this year. We'll be spending our summer writing the report and getting all that ready. Everything's looking good with it. Just as a reminder for everyone, accreditation is important for the college, because if we don't have that, our students aren't able to get financial aid. So I'm fighting a cold and I'm trying to not to cough right now. We're also working with the Head Start program on some language projects, and talking with COLA right now too, who wants to do some in-service with their staff. So in closing, I just want to remind everyone that we're available to help with in-service outside of the regular classes that we offer. We can coordinate specific training or customized ed training for the departments, and we recently completed some CNA, EMT, and CDA trainings with the grant that we had through the state of Minnesota. So if there's any type of specialized needs like that, don't forget us, let us know, and we'll help all that we can. So I'm sorry, I'm choking back this cough right now, but if there's any questions, I can definitely help with that.
Yeah, Lorna, it's Al. Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, say we're gonna have a education breakfast legislative meeting on Monday at 8:30 at the casino there. And I got our education department and COLA, and I was hoping to invite you guys as well. I know it's short notice, but you know, the Minnesota legislature's meeting, get the new Biden-Harris administration coming in. So we wanted to go over some legislative funding opportunities with you guys. If you could maybe send a representative over to the casino at 8:30 on Monday. So because we're going to be meeting about that. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah.
I'll try to be there myself.
Yeah, Bill Haas had reached out to us there, and so he sent us a list of stuff that he kind of wanted information on for that education funding.
Oh, perfect. Good. Yeah, we'll be there.
And then that's all I have for him. Mike. I was Mr. Lee is wondering if I can call him. He was going to try to come in person, but
Yeah, okay. Well, Lorna, thank you, and I appreciate your time, and I hope you get well. So be good.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, take care. You love them, and who?
Hello.
hello, Mr. Lee. This is Alan in Tribal Council. You're live on YouTube. I meant to call you earlier there, but we had to break into executive session, and I think I had reached out to you to talk about you wanted to do a public comment on verbal public comment on the medical marijuana.
Right. I'd really appreciate that.
So this is an opportunity for you to make your public comments.
Well, good morning, Anin.
Good morning.
Wagili Douglas, Indigenous Cause, thank you very much for allowing me to be heard. I'm glad that you guys are all healthy and safe. As you may already know, it's been almost here since a group of Anishinaabe White Earth Enrolled members approached the council at a quarterly meeting respectfully requesting to be recognized as the lead consultation to the tribe in its economic activities in dealing with cannabis. At that time, we received a very warm welcome from the community and those in attendance. We were told a hemp board or cannabis board would be created and we should all apply, in which we did. Today, this body has decided to move forward in its own endeavors in dealing with cannabis without the consultation of this collective of Anishinaabe White Earth members. My question is this equitable or just? In fact, today, under the direction of outsourced consultation, this body has passed a cannabis code that could potentially criminalize any cannabis-based businesses currently operating on the reservation and any individuals who wish to grow a plant for themselves. At the same time, within minutes, a resolution creating its own cannabis-based business was passed. So it was brought to the council's attention that disparities exist in the rights of members wishing to grow cannabis under the 2018 Farm Bill. Solutions were then given that would rectify this situation in which none of these avenues were taken. So as it sits, members cannot grow on the reservation, but non-members can. During this past summer, a handful of Anishinaabe participated in a federally defined hemp grow over 50 miles from White Earth, while the RBC implemented its own grow on the reservation for the purposes of financial gain. White Earth members continued off-reservation activities without the use of tribal resources, funding, or support. Now, according to the Minnesota Chippewa Tribe Constitution, which I have in front of me, the Article 13 Rights of Members states all members of the Minnesota Chippewa Tribe shall be accorded by the governing body equal rights, equal protection, and equal opportunities to participate in the economic resources and activities of the tribe, and no member shall be denied any of the constitutional rights or guarantees enjoyed by other citizens of the United States, including but not limited to freedom of religion and conscience, freedom of speech, the right to orderly association or assembly, the right to petition for action, the redress of grievances in due process of law. I respectfully ask if you, members of the council, believe these actions are just in the face of, or equitable in the face of the White Earth Enrolled Anishinaabe.
Doug, this is Chairman Fairbanks, along with the rest of the council here is like, one of the decisions with our cannabis, our medical, our Wabiguan Mishkiki LLC is, to benefit all 18,000 of us, and I know some of the board of, we created all this to move forward with economic development for our band was to create this LLC because we can't be affiliated with the tribe or anywhere near with their banking industry or whatnot, but I know that we've taken, we put the code out there for, Glenn, how long was it out there for, like 120 days? It was out there for a while. And I know that the band members got to put their public comments in. I know that, one of the things that we're moving, because, we're just inching along here, moving forward with this, but I know that there's, with consultation with the U.S. Attorney, with the state of Minnesota, with all these other entities of moving our tribe's cannabis program forward, we've been given direction from the U.S. Attorney that, one of the things that is that she had concern with was with us giving permits out to individuals. And I know Lenny could probably talk on that because he's the one that met with that U.S. Attorney's assistant, that we have to, and I know that's one of the big concerns with the state of Minnesota, because they want to know what we're doing with this and where we're going with this. So it's important that, the thing is, as council here, that we represent all of us, and it's important that your voice is important. All voices, all band member voices are important to us. But, what we're doing together here is we're just ensuring that we're all of us are going to benefit from this program. And so it's important that we're taking our safety precautions, our measurements, that we're being advised by through legal and through, our other entities that are working or working for us, is that we have to, we're moving this forward so we can have, so the state works with us and the feds work with us, and, and so on. So we're doing the best that we can as a tribe to move this program forward to, when it comes to, and I cannot understand your concern with the medical concerns of it, because I know that we're going to be able to help a lot of people when we get this all done and set up and growing, is we're going to be able to help a lot of people with our product. And I think that's what this is, what it's all about, is us, as the White Earth Band of Ojibwe band members and our councils, that we're moving forward this medical program to move it into that position where we can help everyone across Indian country around their area. So, I'm going to talk about the.
Yeah, so, I think the important thing for everybody to keep in mind is that this is a new area, it's a new industry that that the tribe is regulating based on the referendum in August of 2018 or August of 2020, and the code that was promulgated was put together initially by our internal working group, and it was put out for public comment for over 30 days pursuant to RBC resolution. RBC resolution says it would be out for 30 days. I think that it was out for about 45 days for public comment. And we did receive a few public comments, and there were some modifications to the draft ordinance that was presented, that was finally approved by the RBC based on those public comments, as should be. But ultimately, as Chairman Fairbanks described, based on conversations and consultations with our other governments and other governing authorities from the Department of Justice and from the state of Minnesota, it was determined that as a first step, and it's important to keep that in mind, as a first step in regulating this industry and this conduct on the reservation, that the conduct be handled by the government, so that there is a shield from any individual criminal liability that could be out there, because this is still a gray area, this industry. Cannabis is still listed in the Controlled Substances Act at the federal level. Various forms of possession of cannabis is still criminal at the state level. And so that's where proceeding cautiously is the best way to proceed from the legal perspective in moving forward in this industry. Now, things can change, the code can change, the regulations can change, the federal and state laws can change. And as that happens, we intend to be adaptable. We intend to move forward in the best way possible that is in the best interest of not only White Earth tribal government, but all band members of the White Earth Reservation. And so there is a first step that has been taken with the passage of the code. And it's my understanding at this point that the Cannabis Control Board has not been appointed yet pursuant to that code. And so the regulations, which are being promulgated right now, have to be approved by that board once that's in place. But this, even though things might seem to be moving fast right now, I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is that it's a first step, and that there are many steps to keep it, that this is going to be a journey that we're on, and that there are many steps that will proceed, and that it's also important to keep in mind within the context of Public Law 280, White Earth is the first tribe under Public Law 280 to be moving forward with medicinal cannabis on the tribal level within Minnesota. And so that's another reason to move forward with caution. And that's been the advice that legal has given to the RBC, and that will allow the tribe to enter into the industry and begin to move in a direction where the industry is fully operational within the reservation, and we can get to that point in several steps down the road where individual criminal liability is cleared up and there aren't issues with that, and at that point regulations and codes and things like that can be changed.
And Doug, I want to add that we are going to be having a discussion on next Tuesday, a breakfast, so you guys are more than welcome to show up, Mike.
Yep.
And we can maybe have a discussion, more at length, because this is kind of getting in the weeds here, but I think maybe we can help clear up some of the stuff. And if there's any additional questions, that'd be a good time to do it.
Okay.
Is there anything else you had, Doug?
Yep, I just wanted to thank the council for the passage of the $5,000 allotment per tribal business. I know that there are a lot of struggling businesses on the reservation after this last year, and I'd like to humbly request that maybe the council might be able to increase that amount that's been allocated.
Well, that'll be something we'll talk about probably within this next week.
Okay.
So, because right now Scott's not in here, and we, right now we're looking at what we have left of this CARES Act money. I know we're still looking at different areas where what we have left for membership that are still signing up for the CARES Act distribution of the $2,000. We're getting emails every day, so we don't even know where we're sitting at with the rest of that money. So, but that's a good question. I think we will get back to you. So.
And if I could just add into that, based on previous discussions, January 31st is sort of a big date because that's when there are a deadline for some businesses who didn't submit all the information to get the information into Scott. That's also when the deadline for the applying for the, and so, and it has been discussed at the council level, the possibility of increasing that amount. But before that decision can be made, there needs to be a determination on exactly how much money is left.
Yeah.
How'd you do in your hemp, Doug?
What's that, Kathy?
How'd you do in your hemp?
I haven't sold any of it yet. A lot of it got seeded out. It's some seeded out. We have a lot of seeded up flowers.
Okay.
It's sitting in storage right now, down close to the farm.
All right.
I haven't sold any of it yet. It's just sitting there. There's not as much interest for the flowers when it's seeded up. I was trying to do for seed. I was gonna try to do an indoor grow over this winter, but it hasn't really worked out with driving. Driving that far, it was 100 miles a day I was driving. If I could, if I was able to grow on the reservation, it'd be real helpful. It was just really hard driving every day.
I believe you should stay on the reservation. Be on the reservation.
But I haven't sold it yet.
Okay.
I've got a lot of seed. I know our test results came in at 0.17 THC, so it actually was below 0.2, which opens it up for a European market. So I can look into that and see if there's anybody interested in Europe for seeded up flowers. But I'd like to be able to try to grow next year for fiber.
Okay.
Instead of for flower, just some big hefty stocks.
All right, Miguel, brother, we got Tito waiting here, so.
Thanks.
But Miguel, you take care, you go have a man. Good.
Okay.
Hello?
Cheeto, it's Alan.
Yeah,
You're on speakerphone. You're in tribal council meeting. You're being broadcast on YouTube. Was wondering you could give your update.
okay.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody,
Morning.
and thank you for having me. We welcome a new year. I know that we haven't had meetings. This is our time off, but we still have issues. So, first of all the councils, the community councils got $25,000. What happened to ours?
You get 20 grand every year?
But the councils got an extra 25,000. What happened to ours?
No, there was none for you.
Why not? Why not?
Well, I think that the $25,000 was given to the community councils to respond to the pandemic. And so I know a lot of the community councils like updated their facilities and like the community centers and things like that with their money that they were appropriated. So I mean, it was for a specific purpose of responding to the pandemic at a community level, like each individual community. So I guess I'm not sure, but that was the rationale for the $25,000 to community councils. And so I don't know, there wasn't specific appropriations like for youth and elder or anything like that. It was specifically to community councils at the community level to respond to the pandemic.
And they had to reach out to Scott to get their
And
budget put together
if
for that.
that had been the case, why weren't we informed so that we could also respond to the community pandemic in that sense?
Well, I think the thought process, Tito, is that, all the elders are within part of their own community. So I know that I know that the elders program and the elders, that we work along with them is like, I think as council that we just thought that the members of your community, of the elders community, is part of the community councils, and that, that your program or your organization, of course, you get yearly allocations from the tribal council to work with primarily with your agenda and your elder community members. But we just, the thought process, how I figure that us as council, that, that your members are all part of a community that's within our borders. So that's what we.
Well, our elder council has elders that contact us for services, and when they can't get a hold of anybody else, they just come to us and we try to respond. But if we're going to do that, then we should be treated just like anybody else, any council.
Can't they refer them to that elder account?
Well, we got elder advocates, we got elders, everything. I'm just trying to figure out where the breakdown is, where the communication is.
Look what's happening. There's no communication.
Oh,
Because,
Tito.
Just yesterday, I got a call from Pine Bend area. And because they can't get any services. So I did respond, and I followed up. I went through the process and got a hold of appropriate people. I have to call back, see if this gentleman was helped. But I mean, that's some of the things we do on our own, because we don't have the communication with the elder services that you hire.
Didn't we, when Cheryl back in December, she had talked about, trying to put together a budget for cares for elder specific needs. Remember that she was talking like these devices so they can have social distancing? Cheryl brought that up. I wonder if we can, maybe revisit that and maybe just down Tito or something and take another
Right.
look at that.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
can do
that's,
You know, one final thing that I would just say, on at least the 25,000 to each community is, there's specific restrictions on the use of those funds as well. It wasn't just like a blank check, here's
Yeah.
25,000, do whatever you want with it. Like there needed to be,
Yeah,
a
I
plan.
understand that.
and-
And if we had an idea of what the restrictions were and where we were giving certain allocations, then we would do that service.
maybe we should just have like a meeting and
Yeah,
talk
I'm
about Cheryl.
hearing
she's
every
talking-
one of
Bring
you,
in the
but
elder advocates.
you
bring
know,
in
there's
I
no
just have to-
communication with us.
Messaging Mike right now, we'll
Yeah.
have Mike meet. Mike
You have to,
Tito,
you have to meet
myself.
with Michael Thompson, Tito, and get this figured out, because I think that's the communication breakdown. And I know that as council, we're looking at different ways of how our elders can reach out to these advocates through our new phone app. So I know that, so we're hopefully we'll get technology on our side to help out with some of these, elder concerns. So I know
And
council, we did.
understand with pandemic right now, and we're certainly, I did meet with Ed Snetzinger, and we talked about getting more face masks out to our elders, because I'm seeing other ones borrowing from each other. And I don't like that. I don't know if they've been used or not, but they'll say, do you have an extra one? Was that extra one, clean for that other person? So these are some of the issues. We need to really talk about a whole lot of things like this.
Yeah, and I think what Al is talking about is having a meeting with you and
Other things, and then,
with Michael and also with our EOC, so when they deliver the meals, we can maybe have a list for them the elders to check off if they do need PPE or what they need. So that's something that, because they deliver meals every day, so hopefully that they could deliver masks and other safety equipment to our elders. And also make sure that they get vaccinated, that's the big thing, so.
I did address that with Ed Snetzinger, that we need the masks out there, that we talked about the ways, and part of it was the nutrition program that would get those masks out, but we need the masks.
Yep, and I know Ed's sitting on a whole bunch of them, he told us the last meeting we talked to him.
Yeah.
So I know that if
If they have a whole bunch of them, they're not getting out to the elders, so
Yep.
that's what I'm saying, they need to get out there.
Yep, and Lori will follow up with that, and she will talk to Ed and talk to Mike, and we'll get something in place today, so, thank you.
And also Tito,
And next
Tito, this is Raymond.
thing is, will there be enough vaccines for us elders?
Yes.
And how will they be distributed and tracked?
Well,
We want to know. There's a lot of elders, and I did a video for you folks that encouraging our elders to get out there and get their vaccines.
well,
And I'm talking to different elders on the phone, some that maybe have some issues with memory, whatever, but reminding them that they need to talk to their nurses or whoever to get that vaccine.
okay, yeah, we'll follow up with Pat and follow up with, also with Maria Clark at IHS. I know right now that they are vaccinating around 70 years of age, but you have to call the IHS number and make an appointment for their vaccinations.
That's another problem.
Oh, email the
IHS trying to get through and get these appointments made is very difficult.
Okay.
So I think that we need to meet with Maria again, because every time we say something, it's all supposedly smooth and running and everything. That's not the case. That's what we hear from our elders. They call in there and they're put on hold. They're not transferred to the right source, that kind of thing. We set up a meeting with Maria on the 27th to address some of these concerns that we have.
Be good.
Tito, if I could, this is Raymond. Can you give me that name from Pine Bend? I would just like to know, because I'd like to know if they actually reached out to my secretary or myself or to Lori or somebody here, because I do my best to help who I can in District 1, and especially elders. But a lot of times the elders have contacted me or.
I don't like to do it over.
Yeah, I know, but if you could get it to Lori or myself, I would appreciate that.
I want to follow up myself, because I always do that too, to make sure these people have been helped. I'm right along with that. When we talk about the vaccine, we're having so many deaths in our community again. It's just hard to follow up. I know our elder council provides a plant or something to most of the elders that we can, and just families are hurting and grieving, and elders are feeling so isolated. There's depression, a whole lot of anxiety out there with not knowing what's going on. Is there hope in sight? I'm hoping that many of them listened to the inauguration. I think there's a good feeling there with our new president. I'm hoping that things will improve. I watched, and I even seen they had a picture of our Native American, I think it was the Pueblos or down there somewhere, that were dancing. So, we are in that system. So sounds like there's a good connection. I have hope that way, but I want to make sure we don't lose any more of our elders. It's so hard to lose our talented people. We just lost Rod High Elk. Now that hurts our whole community, our whole reservation, because he was such a part of it. Dennis Hisgun, a lot of us weren't able to get there to honor him, to be a part of whatever service there was. I'm hoping that maybe somehow you can have a ceremony of some type when there's a little bit of relief with this pandemic, so we can gather again to honor some of a lot of the people that we have lost. It just hurts. It hurts all our hearts when we lose them. I just feel so bad for some of the families.
Very good.
One more thing is, if you're talking and looking at economic development in the future, think about being able to hire an electrician and a plumber. That's one of our biggest issues here on the reservation, because it's so hard to go out and try to get one. And some of the people that are hurting and needing, that can't afford these types of people, you need to address those problems. I just wish we had one hired for our reservation, one or two.
That's a good idea, Tito.
It's a big concern.
Miigwech. That's a really good idea, so.
And the MCs, We lost all of our MCs with wires.
I know, that's what I mean, we're hurting, we're
Yeah.
really hurting.
Yeah.
And families are, so I'm just asking you folks to think about sometime late this summer, somewhere that we can have a honoring ceremony for all the people that we have lost.
Yeah. Miigwech, Tito.
We've been going through at least 1 to 2 a week.
And we're probably going through more than that.
So-
It's just, it's hard.
It
And,
is.
you know, it's limited where you can go with the families. We're trying to stick to the policies of distancing, social gatherings. We shouldn't have social gatherings because we need to protect those people of us that are left on our reservation. You know, we can't afford to lose any more people to the pandemic. It's not okay.
Miigwech, Tito.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
I'll call you later.
Anything else to discuss?
Okay.
All right, motion to adjourn. Motion by Alan, second. Second by Ray, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Miigwech, everyone. Thanks for being on. Appreciate it. Kiwa Lamin. Miigwech.
Like you were